Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome on in. As you guys can see, based on what you clicked on, we're doing NBA betting here. We are in the finals, Western Conference Game 5. It's currently 3-1. Timberwolves, not Timberwolves, 3-1 OKC in this series. If you guys are new to the channel, the way we kind of do it, I spend the first 3 to 5-ish minutes recapping last night's bets, and then we go ahead and hop into the next day's bets. So um, if you guys don't care about the current days, like if you don't care about the bets we had from the night prior, just go ahead and jump to about 5 minutes and you'll be hopping into the new bets, which is what you guys are here for. If you guys are returning, then you know that we're going to recap the bets. I didn't make a full video for you guys last night for the Knicks-Pacers game. I just put out a short, like 30 minutes before tip-off. We were on the over, and we were on the Knicks +3. Obviously, if you guys watched the game, you guys know the Knicks lost by 9. It was 9 or 10. I believe it was 9 points. And then we did get the over. They got up to it was something like 2. They were both in the 120s. It was like 250 something. So we fly past on the over, which is great, and we lose on the Knicks +3. I thought they'd be able to keep it close, and I thought they could even steal that game. I was rooting for the Pacers because we got a ticket for the Pacers and for the Knicks to go win the finals, right? And the Knicks one doesn't pay as much as the Pacers one, so that's why I'm rooting for the Pacers. But anyway, so we split on the over under the spread, which is fine. We've been very profitable so far in this final third round, the finals round. And then I gave out 3 player props. I said I liked Jalen over his line of points. His line was 30.5. He got to 32, so you would have hit on that. I had Halliburton over his assist line, which was 9.5, so for 10 assists, he had 15. And then I liked Siakam over his line, which on most books was 20 points, and he got over 20 points. He got up to he got to 30. And then I did throw it kind of at the end. I was like, I like Cat to have a good game too. Most books, he was in the mid-30s for points, rebounds, and assists. He ended up having 24 points, 10 rebounds, and then I think he had a couple assists as well. So he did get to that number as well. So I did give those out as kind of singles. I didn't make the 4-pick like we normally do. So all in all, if you guys did see that, we had a solid night with as far as the picks given out. Like I said, wish I would have had the time and made the time. We all have the time to make a full video, but all I made time for was the short. So that is kind of what it is. Anyway, like I said, so far it's been a pretty profitable series. I guess I never recapped OKC Timberwolves Game 4, which I did make a video for. We were on the over 219. That cashed, and we were on the T-Wolves +3. The T-Wolves lost by 2, so we cover, which is great. So we hit on both of those. As far as our 4-pick parlay in that game, we had Jaden over 20.5 PRA. He goes for 22 points by himself, so that was a cash. We had Ant over 41.5 PRA. He had a really bad game, 14, 6, and 4, so only 24 points. Or 16, 4, and 6, so 26 PRA. Gobert, we had under 17 PRA. He popped off. I think he was in the 20s. And then Jalen Williams under 20.5. I think he had 30 points in that game. Yeah, he had 34 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. So he absolutely popped off. So we missed on that one. But anyway, that is the past. Like I said, we've had a great with both these series. We've been kind of right on with the over under and spreads. We've been pretty profitable, as you guys, like I told you guys before. I will be having a video once both these series ends, Knicks, Pacers, T-Wolves, Thunder. We're gonna have probably a pretty good gap before the finals start. I'll have a video out recapping all our numbers across all 3 rounds of the playoffs from the first round to this round. Kind of the numbers we hit, the percentages, the total bets, all of it. So because I like to be transparent on this channel. I know a lot of like the gambling channels on YouTube don't do that. They just give you picks and then they bounce. And then even sometimes like they'll give you a line, like they'd be like, oh, I had under 220, and then they'll change it and use like the ending line and not the real line. Or like I ended up betting it. I know I told you guys 220, but I bet it at 218 or so. I don't do that. I always use the numbers that I write down and give out in the videos. I'm not going to catfish you guys and, pretend like I'm hitting at a better number than I am. I'm being very transparent and straight up. And I'll even tell you guys, like, I gave out 219 and maybe I get to the book and, like, if the over-under is 219 and we're on the over and I get to the book and it's at 215 because the line dropped or whatever, I'll tell you, I got 215, we had 219, I hit, but the channel didn't, or vice versa. But I'm very transparent, and if it doesn't hit for the channel, it's like, I consider that a loss, and I write that down as a loss. Like, we missed because the channel is what I'm giving out to you guys, and I want you. The channel's called Beat the Book. We want you guys to win. I'm here for you guys. I want to give out picks that help you guys make money from the books, not just myself. So I'm not going to sit here and lie about the numbers. So I like to be super transparent, so that way you guys can make money, because that's kind of the whole idea. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and hop into. We're about 5 minutes into the video. Let's go ahead and hop into Timberwolves, Thunder. We're switching the screen here. Whoops, that is not. There we go. Bada bing. We got T-Wolves. We got Thunder. Line is 8.5. We're back in OKC for Game 5. Over under set at 220.5. Now, fun fact for you guys: only one game so far in this series has gone under this number. Game 2 was 221, and the other ones got up in the 240s, 250s. So we're going to be on the over on this game as well. Like I said, only game 1 was the under, and it was because it was 114-88. The Timberwolves got boat raced, even though they had a 4-point lead at halftime. The OKC came out and dominated the second half, and that was kind of all she wrote. This game I expect to be much better, much closer, and I think we're going to get a lot like what Game 4 was, where it's really, really close, and at the very end it's going to be the decider. So I like the over 220.5 here. I just think both these teams are going to score. We know the Thunder's role players, and their just team is going to score a ton of points at home. And then Minnesota, I expect Ant to come out and have a massive game coming off this bad game he had. I expect Julius Randle off a 5-point game to come out and have a massive game. And then I just think the Timberwolves in general they're going to go down swinging. So it's either going to be really close and they're going to lose, or they're going to win this game. That's what I think. So I like the over here. They're going to score a ton of points, and then I like the plus 8.5 with Timberwolves. And if you guys are just joining the channel, or if you've been here, we've been on the Timberwolves this whole time. I've taken the Timberwolves every single pick, so I figure why we shake the apple cart now? We had them. They were plus 7.5 the first game, plus 7.5 the second game. We took them both. They lost both. Then we had the Timberwolves in Game 3 and Game 4. They covered in Game 4, and they won straight up in Game 3. So we're 50-50 on it. So I'm just going to ride and die with the T-Wolves here. If they lose, then, we go 2 of 5 on our picks with the Timberwolves on the spread. But we've been pretty profitable on the over-unders because we've been on. I think we took the over every time as well, but we've hit 3 of those, so that has been that's been pretty good. So, yeah, I feel good about it. Like I said, I think the game's going to end up being very close coming down the stretch, and I honestly kind of like the Timberwolves to win this one and force a Game 6. I don't know if they'll be able to win it, but I would not be surprised if the Timberwolves come out and if Ant has a massive game and they're able to force another game here, but. OKC is the 1 seed for a reason. They're 8.5-point favorites at home for a reason. We know that. So if you guys are on the Thunder, no shame in that at all. I totally get it. They are up 3-1, which it's pretty impossible to come back from. I think it's only it's like an 88% or 95% win rate if you go up 3-1. So it should be over for the Timberwolves in this game, but I'm just hoping that they'll show some fight and get back into this thing. So anyway, let's hop into the 4-pick parlay here. I'm going to just build it for you guys real quick. I'm going to switch the screen, bada bing, and then we'll hop in here and build this quick 4-pick parlay. I'm actually going to go back. I don't even need that. So we're strictly going player points on this one. We're not touching points, rebounds, assists. We're not going to touch rebounds or assists or 3-pointers. It's just strictly points on the over-under. So we're going to scroll down here to where the over-under is. The first one we like, first line, Anthony Edwards over 26.5. I'm going to scroll up so you guys can actually see it. Anthony Edwards over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Next, we're going to go with Jalen Williams under 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'll get into why I like these in just a second. Julius Randle, his line has dropped so far. Remember, coming into this series, he'd had like 8 straight games over 20 points, right? So I like his over here as well, especially coming off of 5 points. He's going to come in and he's going to score a bunch of points. And then our final line is going to be Chet Holmgren, under 15.5 points. So we got 2 unders on the board. They're both Thunder players, which is risky at home. I understand that. They're at home. They should play better. And then we've got 2 overs, which are both T-Wolves players, Ant and Julius, who have been there too, like lead dogs, lead scorers on the season, basically, but also during this playoff run they've been on. So anyway, let me just hop into why I like this, right? So Anthony Edwards, first game he had 18 points, right? Next 2 games, he was in the 30s. Then he had this last game, he only scored 16. So I expect a big bounce back from him, especially in a closeout game. He's going to have to come out. He's going to have to do what he needs to do to score. So I expect him to get to 30. So over 26.5 feels like a slam dunk to me. Jalen Williams, right? Under 21.5. We'll go ahead and address that. Jalen Williams in this series, he had a 19-point game, then a 26-point game, then a 13-point game, and then this last one was a 34. So if you follow that trend, it's a under 20 and a half, under 20 points really game, then a big game of 26, then an under with a 13-point game, and then a big one for 34. So I expect him to kind of fall back to the median here and not have as big of a game. So that's what we're going to be taking his under here. Then the next we got Julius Randle. It's kind of the same thing with him. First game he had 28, next game he had 6. Next game he had 24, then he had 5. So if we follow that trend, big game, small game, big game, small game, we're in line for a big game. And his line has dropped so much, it's like we got to take it. And then our final one is Chet Holmgren, under 15.5. Chet Holmgren for this series. First game 1, 15 points. Next game, 22 points. Game 3, 10 points. Game 4, 21 points. Which means if we're following the same logic, boom, game 5 would be an under, 20, under this, closer to this 15-point line. Now, we get the 15.5, so I feel pretty good with that. We just need him to not have a great game, and we'll be sitting pretty nicely. And so, yeah, that's what I like. Once again, just so you guys know, that's a plus 1,200 over on DraftKings. That is Anthony Edwards over 26.5 points, Jalen Williams under 21.5 points, Julius Randle over 16.5 points, which is his like really deflated line. And you could actually go take him for 20 points. I think he gets over 20 in this game. And then our final line is going to be Chet Holmgren under 15.5 points. I really like that. Plus 1,200 over on DraftKings. I feel like we're going to hit this one. Inevitably, somebody's going to screw us, Holmgren will go for 20, or Jay will go for 40, or Ant won't get to 27. He'll be at 24 or something, But no, I really do like these lines, and I feel like we're in a good spot here. So that is what I like. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. It should be good. Hopefully the Timberwolves can force a Game 6, keep this thing alive, because it has been a fun series to watch. I mean, I know a bunch of the games. This last game, Game 4, was like the best game of the series because the other 3 were all kind of blowouts. They were very one-sided. But that one was like, dang, that's what this series has the potential to like really be. But the T-Wolves have to win this game to be able to force that. So just hoping we get a good game, we don't get a blowout, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. I always appreciate it. If you guys are new, please do like and subscribe. It goes a long way with the algorithm. And yeah, let me know what prop bets you guys are riding with down in the comments, because I'm always on the lookout for something too. But yeah, thank you as always for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.